Sunday Battle of 2022 event by Colton Dennis. Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday Battle. I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday night, said announcer number 1. I know I am. Especially with all the matches we have tonight, said announcer number 2. That's tight. The US Continental Championship will be defended inside the demonic cell, said announcer number 1. And the tag team championships will be defended in an elimination tables match. Who's gonna put hellfire or bombardment through a table? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know, but let's get to the ring for our first match of the night, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a submission match, and is for the Ladies Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Drama, and her opponent, she is the Ladies Champion, Gemini, said announcer number 3. Referee number 1 raises the title, walks towards the ropes, then hands it to number 1. Beldings. Both Drama and Gemini are walking around the ring then. Lock up, here we go. I can't wait for this, said announcer number 2. This is definitely a match everyone wanted to see, said announcer number 1. Drama puts a headlock onto Gemini. Gemini bounces Drama off of the ropes, then lays onto the mat. Drama jumps over Gemini, then bounces off of the ropes again. Gemini goes to punch Drama. Drama holds onto the ropes. Wow! Drama is trying to play mind games with Gemini, said announcer number 2. I don't think that's a good idea, because Gemini can get a little angry, said announcer number 1. Both Gemini and Drama lock up again. Gemini puts a headlock onto Drama. Drama groans, bounces Gemini off of the ropes, then pushes her. Gemini holds onto the headlock. Both Drama and Gemini are laying on the mat. Gemini tightens the headlock. Drama tries breaking the headlock. Drama's having a hard time, said announcer number 2. Drama wraps her arms, then rolls Gemini up. It's a submission match, Drama, said announcer number 1. Gemini breaks the headlock. Both Drama and Gemini stand up. Drama continuously does an arm drag onto Gemini. Gemini rolls underneath the ropes, then looks at Drama. Drama is smiling. Come on, Gemini, said Drama. Gemini slides into the ring, then stands up. That was good. It really was, said Gemini, clapping her hands. Drama continues smiling. Gemini goes for a jumping cutter onto Drama. Drama pushes Gemini, then rolls underneath the bottom rope. Oh, Gemini almost had Drama there, said announcer number 2. But she wouldn't have been able to pin her, said announcer number 1. Drama walks up the steel stairs, then goes through the middle rope. Both Drama and Gemini lock up. Gemini puts a headlock onto Drama. Drama groans, then bounces Gemini off of the ropes. Gemini bounces off of the ropes, then shoulder tackles Drama. Drama is laying on the mat. Gemini bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring, then jumps over Drama. Drama stands up, then drop kicks Gemini. Gemini groans. What a beautiful drop kick, said announcer number 2. Drama covers Gemini. Drama, it's a submission match, said referee number 1. Drama stands up, picks Gemini up, then chops her chest. Gemini groans, then walks towards the corner. Drama kicks Gemini's stomach. Gemini groans again. Drama climbs onto the second rope, then continuously punches Gemini. The crowd is counting. Drama raises her fist. Gemini sets Drama up for a powerbomb. Drama is shaking her head. Gemini powerbombs Drama onto the mat. Drama groans. Oh, what a powerbomb by Gemini, said announcer number 1. Gemini stands up, then stomps onto Drama's left leg. Drama groans, then holds her left leg. Gemini pushes Drama onto her back, jumps up, then does a knee drop onto her head. Drama holding her head. Gemini has taken over, said announcer number 2. Gemini picks Drama up, then whips her into the corner. Drama groans. Gemini runs at Drama. Drama boots Gemini's face. Gemini groans, then walks away. Drama jumps onto the second rope. Gemini turns around. Drama jumps off the second rope, then dropkicks Gemini. Gemini groans, then rolls onto the ledge of the ring. Gemini knows her ring. Awareness, said announcer number 1. Gemini slowly stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Drama bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then hits Gemini. Gemini falls onto the floor, then holds her left arm. Oh, did you see how Gemini landed? Asked announcer number 2. I did, indeed. She could have injured her shoulder, said announcer number 1. Drama walks towards the ropes. Whoa, stay inside the ring, Drama. Drama rolls outside the ring on the side of it. Hey, get in her, Drama, said referee number 1. Drama picks Gemini up, then throws her into the ring. Gemini is rolling. Drama slides into the ring, grabs Gemini's left arm, then kicks it. Gemini groans. What a kick that was, said announcer number 2. Drama picks Gemini up, wraps her left arm behind her back, lifts, then slams her onto the mat. Gemini groans, then holds her left arm. Drama's really softening the left arm of Gemini, said announcer number 1. Drama picks up Gemini. Gemini moves Drama's arms, then goes for a jumping cutter onto her. Drama wraps Gemini's left arm, then tries pushing her down onto the mat. I think Drama's going after the arm of Gemini, said announcer number 2. Gemini laying on the mat. Drama locks in a label lock onto Gemini. The label lock has been locked in, said announcer number 1. Oh my God, will this end Gemini's reign as champion? Asked announcer number 2. Gemini reaches out her right hand, then screams. Gemini is really screaming. That arm really must hurt, said announcer number 1. Gemini grabs Drama's hand, then slowly breaks the lock. Gemini is breaking the label lock, said announcer number 2. Drama is struggling. Gemini grabs Drama's right leg, then rolls her backwards. Drama rolls onto the mat, then stands up. Gemini stands up. Drama goes to clothesline Gemini. Gemini ducks. Drama turns around. Gemini does a jumping cutter onto Drama. Gemini connected with her finisher. And quat, horoscope, and quat, said announcer number 1. Gemini rolls Drama onto her back, then hooks her right leg. Gemini, it's a submission match, said referee number 1. Gemini sighs, then holds her left arm. Now, Gemini needs to think of a plan, said announcer number 2. Gemini stands up, then grabs Drama's left leg. Drama pushes Gemini with her legs. Gemini goes through the middle rope. Her left shoulder hits the ledge of the ring, then she lands onto the floor. I think Gemini hit her shoulder as she was going through the ropes, said announcer number 1. Drama slowly rolls outside of the ring, then grabs Gemini's head. Gemini is groaning. Drama rolls Gemini onto the ledge of the ring. Gemini stops rolling. Drama climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then grabs Gemini. What does Drama have in mind here? Asked announcer number 2. Drama picks Gemini up, then sets her up for a suplex. No, not the spinning suplex on the ledge, said announcer number 1. Drama goes to lift Gemini. Gemini blocks. Drama tries lifting Gemini. Again. Gemini blocks again, then suplexes Drama onto the ledge of the ring. Drama groans, then rolls off the ledge of the ring. Gemini is groaning. "I can't believe what I just saw," said announcer number 2. "It was a beautiful reversal by Gemini," said announcer number 1. Gemini gets off the ledge of the ring, grabs Drama, then throws her into the ring. Drama is holding her leg. "I think Drama hurt her right leg," said announcer number 2. Gemini slides into the ring, grabs Drama's head, then picks her up. Drama kicks Gemini's stomach. Gemini groans. Drama sets Gemini up for a suplex, lifts, then does a spinning suplex onto her. Gemini groans. "The spinning suplex connects," said announcer number 1. "But Drama can't recover in time," said announcer number 2. Drama, holding her right leg, looks at Gemini, stands up, then limps towards her. "Try to do your submission, Drama," said announcer number 1. Gemini quickly stands up, then does a jumping cutter onto Drama. "And quat, horoscope and quat, connects out of nowhere," said announcer number 2. Gemini stands up, grabs Drama's right leg, pulls her towards the middle of the ring, then locks in an STF. "The STF is locked in," said announcer number 1. Drama is groaning, then tries reaching for the ropes. "You're too far away, Drama," said announcer number 2. Drama tries crawling. Gemini tightens the submission. Drama is screaming, then taps out. "Ring the bell," said referee number 1. Bell dings. "Here's your winner by submission. And still the ladies' champion, Gemini," said announcer number 3. Gemini pulls it off. "She retains her title," said announcer number 1. "That was an amazing match. I really thought Drama had it at some moments. But Gemini pulled it out. She keeps her title around her waist," said announcer number 2. "Congratulations to Gemini retaining successfully. Now we turn our attention to the demonic cell, where Drake will defend his title against Ursus," said announcer number 1. "I have a feeling that Drake's gonna finally lose his title tonight," said announcer number 2. Bell dings. "This match is scheduled for one fall, is inside the demonic cell, and is for the U.S. Continental Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Ursus. And his opponent, he is the U.S. Continental Champion Drake," said announcer number 3. Drake kisses the title. Referee number 2 raises the title, walks towards the ropes, then hands it to number 1. Number 1 walks out the demonic cell door. The demonic cell door shuts, then locks. Bell dings. Ursus approaches Drake, then goes to punch him. Drake ducks underneath Ursus's left arm. Ursus turns around, approaches Drake, then goes to punch him again. Drake ducks underneath Ursus's arm left again, then hits his back. Ursus shoves Drake backwards. Drake falls onto the mat, then looks up at Ursus. Ursus approaches Drake. Drake rolls underneath the ropes. "Nope. I don't think so. Get me out of here. Open the cell door now," said Drake. "Drake's trying to run," said announcer number 1. "Yeah, but he better look out, because here comes Ursus," said announcer number 1. Ursus hits Drake's back. Drake groans. Ursus hits Drake's back again. Grabs him, then bounces his back into the cell wall. Drake falls onto the floor. "I don't think this is what Drake had in mind, especially against Ursus," said announcer number 2. Drake is crawling on the floor. Ursus is following Drake. Drake tries crawling underneath the ring. Ursus grabs Drake's right leg. "Drake's definitely in trouble now," said announcer number 1. Ursus pulls Drake out from underneath the ring. A fire extinguisher sprays Ursus. Ursus is groaning, then holds his face. Well, a turn of events, said announcer number 2. Drake stands up, then sprays the fire extinguisher again. Ursus continues groaning, then tries walking away. Drake drops the fire extinguisher, runs, then pushes Ursus into the cell wall. Ursus groans, then falls onto his knees. Drake got Ursus down to his knees, said announcer number 1. Drake grabs Ursus's head, then bounces it off the cell wall. Ursus falls onto the floor. Ursus is down, said announcer number 2. But he can't get the win outside the ring. He needs to somehow get Ursus inside, said announcer number 1. Drake is struggling to pick Ursus up. That's about the weight of a bear you're trying to move, said announcer number 2. Drake lets go of Ursus, walks over, grabs the steel stairs, then drags them towards Ursus. What is Drake thinking here? Asked announcer number 1. You've got me, said announcer number 2. Drake stops, grabs Ursus, starts walking up the steel stairs, then stops. I think he's gonna try for a DDT, said announcer number 1. Drake is smiling. Ursus is squirming. Drake is shaking his head. Ursus flips Drake onto the floor. Drake groans. Oh, that had to hurt, said announcer number 2. Ursus may have the advantage now, said announcer number 1. Ursus stands up, looks at Drake, then grabs his head. I think I know what Ursus is gonna do, said announcer number 2. Ursus bounces Drake's head off of the cell wall. Drake groans, then falls onto the floor. Man, that cell wall could cut anything, said announcer number 1. Ursus is walking, then pushes the top of the steel stairs off the bottom. What does Ursus have in mind now? Asked announcer number 2. Ursus approaches Drake, grabs his head, kicks his stomach, then sets up for a powerbomb. A powerbomb onto the stairs. That'll definitely take out Drake, said announcer number 1. Ursus lifts Drake up. Drake punches Ursus's head. Ursus is groaning. Drake lands onto his feet behind Ursus, then leans against the cell wall. Ursus turns around, then runs at Drake. Drake dropkicks Ursus's right leg. Ursus's head goes into the cell wall, then he falls onto the floor. Drake is doing pretty well against Ursus, said announcer number 2. Drake stands up, grabs Ursus's head, then rolls him into the ring. Somehow Drake found the strength to get Ursus inside the ring. Drake climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then goes up the turnbuckle. Drake's heading to the top turnbuckle, said announcer number 1. Drake gets to the top turnbuckle. Ursus is slowly standing up, then appears bleeding. Oh man, Ursus is busted open, said announcer number 2. Drake jumps off of the top turnbuckle, then goes for a crossbody onto Ursus. Ursus catches Drake in his arms. Drake is shaking his head. Ursus turns Drake, then locks in a bear hug. Drake is groaning. The bear hug locked in. This could be the end of Drake's reign, said announcer number 1. Drake is screaming. Ursus tightens the submission. Drake claps his arms between Ursus's head. Ursus groans. Drake claps his arms between Ursus's head again. Ursus continues groaning, then breaks the bear hug. Drake kicks Ursus's stomach, then does a DDT onto him. A DDT connects, said announcer number 2. Drake could have it here, said announcer number 1. Drake covers Ursus. 1, 2. Ursus kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Oh my god. Drake almost had it, said announcer number 2. Drake slowly stands up, then stomps his foot. I think we know what's coming next, said announcer number 1. Ursus stands up. Drake runs, jumps onto the middle rope, then does a springboard roundhouse kick onto Ursus. Ursus lands onto the mat. Drake quickly covers Ursus. 1, 2. Ursus kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. What? No way, said Drake. Drake almost had Ursus. Again, said announcer number 2. Drake stands up, then looks at Ursus. Ursus is slowly moving, then stands up. Drake hits Ursus's back, bends him backwards, then sets up for a cutter. Here it comes, said announcer number 1. Ursus wraps his right arm around Drake's waist, then lifts him up onto his right shoulder. What power by Ursus, said announcer number 2. Drake is squirming, lands onto his feet behind. Ursus then pushes him into the corner. Ursus goes face first into the corner, then he groans. Drake runs, jumps onto the middle rope, then goes for a springboard roundhouse kick. Ursus ducks. Drake lands onto his feet behind Ursus, then turns around. Ursus kicks Drake's stomach, sets him up, then does a double arm DDT onto him. Drake groans, then rolls underneath the bottom rope. Ursus didn't have enough strength to cover Drake, said announcer number 1. This is turning out to be a great match, said announcer number 2. It is, said announcer number 1. Ursus slowly stands up, walks towards the ropes, then sticks his torso through the middle rope. A kendo stick hits Ursus's head. Ursus groans. Drake stands up, then continuously swings the kendo stick. Ursus falls onto the mat. Drake throws the kendo stick. Drake ain't playing around anymore, said announcer number 2. Drake climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then goes up the turnbuckle. Ursus turns around, sees Drake climbing up the turnbuckle, quickly runs up it, then continuously punches him. I think Drake pissed off Ursus, said announcer number 1. Ursus continuously punching Drake's back, wraps his arms, then smiles. Is Ursus thinking about a butterfly suplex? Asked announcer number 2. Ursus jumps off the top turnbuckle, then does a double arm DDT onto Drake. Drake groans. A double arm DDT off the top turnbuckle, said announcer number 1. Ursus covers Drake. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winner and the new U.S. Continental Champion, Ursus, said announcer number 3. Ursus is now our U.S. Continental Champion. I can't believe that, said announcer number 2. I'm still in shock after that double arm DDT. From the top turnbuckle, Ursus raises the title. Congratulations to Ursus, especially after that match, said announcer number 1. I'm still in shock, said announcer number 2. Dredd appears backstage. James Dennis appears, then stops next to Dredd. Hey Mr. Dennis, nice to see you, said Dredd. You too. Listen, I need to talk to you about your match with Raptor, said James. What about it? Asked Dredd. Listen, we can't do it. The doctors said, and quote, Raptor ain't cleared to compete tonight, and quote, said James. Well, since Raptor's out, this is what I want you to do. Because tonight I'm competing. Whether it's against Raptor or any other man on Blood Rumble. Tonight, I'm gonna kick some ass. So, find me a new opponent. Because I'll be in that ring, said Dredd, walking away. Wow, can you believe that? Raptor is out. But Dredd still wants to compete, said announcer number 1. He's definitely a true champion. But was that a good decision? Since he won't know who he'll be fighting, asked announcer number 2. It's never good when you don't know who your opponent is. Well folks, we now move to the tables. Match for the Tag Team Championships, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a tag team elimination tables match. and is for the Tag Team Championships. Introducing the challengers first, Bombardment and the Man. And their opponents, they are the Tag Team Champions, Hellfire and Morphos, said announce number 3. Referee number 3 raises the titles, walks towards the ropes, then hands them to number 1. Beldings. The man kicks Morphos' stomach. Morphos groans. Both Bombardment and Hellfire are punching each other. Morphos is punching the man. The man is groaning, then knees Morphos' stomach. Morphos groans. The man bounces Morphos off of the ropes, then does a clothesline onto him. Morphos rolls outside of the ring. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Bombardment. Bombardment gasps. The man hits Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans, then turns around. The man punches Hellfire. Hellfire walks away, then does a throat thrust onto the man. The man falls onto the mat. Man, Hellfire just gave the man a throat thrust. He'll always feel, said announcer number 2. Hellfire turns around. Bombardment clotheslines Hellfire. Hellfire falls onto the mat. Bombardment is kicking Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning. Morphos appears on the top turnbuckle, jumps off of it, then goes for crossbody. Bombardment catches Morphos in his arms. Morphos is shaking his head. Bombardment slams Morphos onto the mat. Morphos groans. What strength by Bombardment, said announce number 1. The man appears outside of the ring, grabs a table, then sets it up next to the ring. Hey, throw him over the top, said the man. Bombardment nods his head, picks Morphos up, lifts him onto his left shoulder, then walks towards the ropes. Morphos might be eliminated right here, said announce number 2. Hellfire stands up then. Pulls Morphos off Bombardment's left shoulder. Bombardment turns around. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Bombardment. Bombardment gasps, then leans against the ropes. Hellfire bounces Bombardment off of the ropes. Bombardment reverses it, then does a scoop power slam onto Hellfire. Oh, man, Bombardment just lifted Hellfire like it was nothing, said announce number 1. The man slides a table into the ring, rolls inside it, stands up, then sets it. Hey, lay Morphos onto the table. I'll eliminate him, said the man going through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Bombardment picks Morphos up, then lays him onto the table. Here we go. Morphos is about to be eliminated, said announcer number 2. Hellfire stands up, then boots Bombardment. Bombardment goes into the man. The man falls off the turnbuckle, then goes through the table outside of the ring. The man has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. Bombardment just knocked the man off the top turnbuckle. Then he landed through the table he set up. How ironic, said announcer number 1. Now Bombardment is alone, said announcer number 2. Hellfire continuously punching Bombardment. Bombardment continuously groaning. Hellfire whips Bombardment into the opposite corner, runs, then does a corner body splash onto him. Bombardment groans. Hellfire walks away. Bombardment walks out of the corner. Hellfire tires. Lifting Bombardment. Bombardment hits Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans. Yeah, you can't lift him. Hellfire, said announcer number 1. Bombardment whips Hellfire into the corner, runs, then does a corner body splash onto him. Hellfire groans, then walks out of the corner. Bombardment lifts Hellfire, then slams him onto the mat. Hellfire groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Only person that I know that could fully lift Hellfire off his feet, said announce number 2. Morphos hits Bombardment's back. Bombardment groans, then shoves Morphos. Morphos falls onto the mat, groans then stands up. Bombardment clotheslines Morphose. Morphose stands up. Bombardment lifts then slams Morphose onto the mat. Morphose groans. Bombardment has taken over, said announcer number 1. Bombardment sets up the table, grabs Morphose then lays him onto it. Bombardment wants to end this, said announcer number 2. Bombardment hits Morphose's chest. Morphose is groaning. That'll take the wind out of your body, said announcer number 1. Bombardment looks at Hellfire. Hellfire climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Bombardment runs then hits Hellfire. Hellfire goes into the barricade, then lands onto the floor, keeping Hellfire out of the ring. Smart idea, said announcer number 2. Bombardment walks towards the corner then jumps onto the second rope. Oh no! This could either break Morphose's ribs or kill him entirely, said announcer number 1. Bombardment looks down at Morphose, raises his arms then jumps off of the second rope. Morphose quickly moves. Bombardment goes through the table. Beldings. Here's your winners. And still the tag team champions, Hellfire and Morphose, said announcer number 3. They did it. They retained their titles, said announcer number 2. I don't know how Morphose moved at all, but luckily he did. Because he would have been squashed, said announcer number 1. Definitely. I mean, did you see the velocity of bombardment coming down? Said announcer number 2. Well, congratulations to both Hellfire and Morphose for retaining their titles. But now folks, we've made it to the main event, where Dredd will defend his title against someone of James's choice, inside a steel cage, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a steel cage match, and is for the Galaxy Championship. Introducing the challengers first in the ring. He is the Galaxy Champion, Dredd. Dredd raises the title. And his opponent, said announcer number 3. Who's it gonna be? Asked announcer number 2. Music is playing. No way will Dredd be able to beat him, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm appears walking down the ramp. Dredd, here comes your demise, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm walks up the steel stairs then goes through the middle rope. Referee number 4 raises the title, goes through the middle rope then walks down the steel stairs. The steel cage door shuts. Beldings. Dredd runs at the Cataclysm then jumps at Hum. The Cataclysm falls into the ropes. Dredd continuously punching the Cataclysm. Well, Dredd's trying to fight Cataclysm, said announcer number 1. Yeah, but when Cataclysm takes over, Dredd better try to escape, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm pushes Dredd. Dredd rolls backwards onto the mat, stands up, runs at the Cataclysm, then jumps at him again. The Cataclysm is holding up his arms. Cataclysm is protecting his face. Usually it's the opponent that's doing that, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm pushes Dredd. Dredd staggers backwards, runs at the Cataclysm then jumps at him a third time. The Cataclysm moves. Dredd's head bounces off the top turnbuckle. The Cataclysm wraps his arms around Dredd's waist, then does a German suplex onto him. Dredd groans. Oh man, Dredd just went inside out, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm stands up then looks at Dredd. Dredd is standing up. The Cataclysm runs at Dredd, lifts him up in his right shoulder then continuously rams him into the corner. Dredd continuously groaning. The Cataclysm ain't holding back, said announcer number 2. How the match started. I'm surprised he wouldn't be, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm punches Dredd's ribs. Dredd is groaning. Going after the ribs, said announcer number 2. That's how Cataclysm works, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm bounces Dread off of the ropes, then does a quick back elbow. Dread is groaning. Man, that was an elbow, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm slowly walks towards the cage door. The cage door opens. Cataclysm wants to end this now, said announcer number 1. Dread stands up, runs, then jumps at the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm groaning. Dread is hitting the Cataclysm's back. The Cataclysm shoves Dread. Dread rolls backwards onto the mat, stands up, then runs at the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm clotheslines Dread hard. Dread flips onto the mat. Oh man, talk about being turned inside out, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm looks at referee number 4. Shut the door, said the Cataclysm. The cage door shuts. Cataclysm just said, and quat, shut the door, and quat. This ain't good, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm continuously knees Dread's left side. Dread continuously groaning. Cataclysm is. Why, I'm glad not to be in the ring, said announcer number 2. He loves to fight or go further than that, said announcer number 1. Do you want to continue, huh? Do you? You're stupid if you do, said the Cataclysm. Dread is slowly moving, kneels on the mat, then punches the Cataclysm's stomach. The Cataclysm groans, then knees Dread's face. Dread falls onto the mat. Man, what a knee, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm picks Dread up. This is on you. Because you won't stop fighting, said the Cataclysm, lifting Dread onto his left shoulder, then runs towards the cage wall. Dread is squirming, lands onto his feet behind the Cataclysm, then throws him into the cage wall. The Cataclysm groans. Oh, Cataclysm just went into the cage wall, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm turns around. Dread dropkicks the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm groans. Dread is fighting back, said announcer number 2. Dread stands up, sees the Cataclysm in the corner, runs, jumps at him, then does a body splash onto him. The Cataclysm groans. Dread runs towards the opposite corner, runs back at the Cataclysm, then jumps at him. The Cataclysm moves. Dread's head hits the top turnbuckle, then he groans. The Cataclysm bounces off of the ropes, then clotheslines Dread hard. Dread flips onto the mat. Oh, another hard clothesline by Cataclysm, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm stands up, then shakes his head. Just leave, Cataclysm. I guarantee Dread's out, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm looks at Dread, walks towards the cage door, then starts going through the middle rope. Dread quickly stands up, runs, then dropkicks the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm goes into the cage wall, falls between the ropes and the cage, then groans. Oh, what a dropkick by Dread, said announcer number 1. I guess Dread ain't out of it, said announcer number 2. Dread stands up, then starts climbing up the ropes. Now's your chance. Get out as quickly as possible, said announcer number 1. Dread gets to the top rope. The Cataclysm stands up, then hits Dread's back. Dread groans. The Cataclysm sets Dread up for a powerbomb, then slowly walks. Dread is punching the Cataclysm's head. The Cataclysm is groaning. Dread goes for Hurricane Rana. The Cataclysm blocks, then lifts Dread up. What strength, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm runs, then throws Dread into the cage wall. Dread groans, then falls between the ropes and the cage wall. Oh man, Dread definitely landed wrong, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm stands up, then looks at Dread. Dread is slowly moving. The Cataclysm continuously knees Dread's right side. Dread continuously groaning. Cataclysm is angry now, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm picks Dread up, then whips him into the corner. Dread groans. The Cataclysm runs at Dread. Dread boots the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm groans, then walks away. Dread jumps onto the second rope. The Cataclysm turns around. Dread jumps off the second rope, then goes for a crossbody onto the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm catches Dread in his arms, then lifts him onto his left shoulder. Dread is squirming, lands onto his feet behind the Cataclysm, then pushes him. The Cataclysm stops at the ropes, then turns around. Dread runs at the Cataclysm, then jumps at him. The Cataclysm lifts Dread over himself. Dread lands onto the top rope, then starts climbing up the cage wall. Wow! That was clever by Dread, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm grabs Dread's left leg. Dread is struggling, then tries kicking the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm is pulling onto Dread's left leg. Dread loses his grip from the cage wall, then lands onto the Cataclysm's right shoulder. No way, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm quickly does a power slam onto Dread. Dread groans. That's it. Dread's out of it, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm stands up, looks at the cage door, down at Dread, then shakes his head. I think Cataclysm wants to make sure Dread stays down now, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm picks Dread up, lifts him onto his right shoulder, then quickly does a power slam onto him. Dread groans. The Cataclysm stands up, picks Dread up, lifts him onto his right shoulder, then does another quick power slam onto him. Dread groaning. That's 3 so far, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm picks Dread up, lifts him onto his right shoulder, runs, then rams his head into the cage wall. Oh, that definitely hurt, said announcer number 2. The Cataclysm runs, then rams Dread's head into the cage wall again. Dread groans. The Cataclysm runs, then rams Dread's into the cage wall a third time. Dread groans lowly. The Cataclysm runs, then rams Dread's head into the cage wall a fourth time. Dread goes limp. Oh God, Dread's out. The Cataclysm does a running power slam onto Dread. Dread is completely out now, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm stands up, then walks towards the cage door. The cage door opens. We gave a new Galaxy champion, everyone, said announcer number 2. You need to give it to Dread. He gave it all he got, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm goes through the middle rope. A fire extinguisher sprays the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm groans, falls inside the ring, then holds his face. Number 1 appears in a hoodie. Is that the Hood? Asked announcer number 2. I don't think so. Look, there's another one, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm is rubbing his eyes. Number 2 in a hoodie appears, then sprays his fire extinguisher. The Cataclysm falls onto the mat, then groans. What is going on here? Who are these guys? Asked announcer number 2. The lights are flickering. Turn off, then back on. Number 3 appears wearing a mask inside of the cage. The Cataclysm continues groaning, then turns around. Number 3 wearing a mask kicks the Cataclysm's testicles. The Cataclysm groans. Number 3 wearing a mask grabs the Cataclysm's head, then plants it onto the mat. The Cataclysm groans. Number 3 wearing a mask stands up, grabs Dread's left arm, then drags him towards the cage door. No way, said announcer number 1. Number 3 wearing a mask pulls Dread through the cage door. Dread lands onto the floor. Bell dings. Here's your winner. And still the Galaxy champion, Dread, said announcer number 3. Dread retains the title. Thanks to whoever these 3 mysterious men are, said announcer number 2. I don't know what just happened. Cataclysm was about to become champion when those men in hoodies appeared and sprayed Cataclysm with fire extinguishers, said announcer number 1. All 3 men in hoodies are standing on the ramp. The Cataclysm is slowly moving, then looks up at all 3 men in hoodies. The lights turn off, then back on. All 3 men in hoodies disappear. Where'd they go? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know, but I think we should call it a night. Especially after that. We want to thank you folks for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye, said announcer number 2 waving. The end.